Hi guys, Josh here. Welcome to Snapshots. Today we're here with Guy.
Hey YouTube. Remember me? I'm that cool guy who showed you how to calibrate your rangefinder.
It's funny because this would come out before that one.
Oh no, forget about that.
Coming soon. Video near you.
Yep.
Today I thought we'd talk about calibrating your rangefinder, because that's one thing a lot of beginners, even myself, forgot to check recently. What we forget to do is you need to calibrate your rangefinder to your lens, otherwise sometimes it is a bit off when you're focusing, and that can affect things like your infinity and even just like your minimum distance as well. So that's what we're going to do today. Guy's going to take us through it.
Today we're going to be calibrating the Canon 7, so Josh and I both have one. Yeah, essentially each time you change lens on your rangefinder, you're going to want to recalibrate it, especially if you're going from, say, like a Leica brand of lens to a Canon, or from Canon to some Russian lenses. First, we'll just want to open up the calibration ports. So there's two. There's one for the vertical and one for the horizontal alignment.
So yeah, we don't have the proper tools, but there's a lot of different tools you can use. So this is what we're using today.
So, I think I think it's called a spanner wrench, the real tool, but this essentially does the same thing. So you just need something that has 2 points to it that can fit into these two little holes here. So what I do is I just get one of them and kind of line it up with that. So I just start it like that, and then I've got a little SIM card tool. You do want to be a bit careful because like you can scratch your camera, which I've done a bit.
So you want somewhere to keep your screws.
Yeah, don't lose that. Yeah, I'll do the other one now as well. So the front one on this camera is a lot easier. It's just a normal screw. And this is, once again, you need to be really careful here because you're working right beside the actual viewfinder. If you slip up, you can scratch that. Alright, so now that we've got both of those open, we can calibrate for the lens that we've got on. But first you need to find a landmark, a distant landmark that you can use to get your infinity. So we're going to go look for that now. Once you calibrate it for infinity, it should be good through the range then. That being said, I'm not sure how well different brands of lenses will work on different bodies. So for example, the Russian lenses on Canon bodies, I'm not sure if that's going to be 100% through the range, but I'm fairly sure, like from as far as I can find online, the best you can do is just calibrate it how we're doing today for the infinity, and then it should be good throughout the range after that point. The vertical adjustment is going to be in this top hole here, and there's basically a screw deep down inside there. You have to get the screwdriver in there and adjust a screw that is then going to adjust how that rangefinder patch aligns inside your viewfinder. So essentially all a rangefinder is just a mirror that's reflecting light into your viewfinder and triangulating kind of the position of where your focus is. So all you're doing is calibrating it so that when your lens is on infinity, that mirror is bouncing that object that you're focused on, and it lines up in the viewfinder. So then you know, all right, lens is on infinity, rangefinder's on infinity, now everything will be in focus and calibrated. The best technique I found for doing it is like you try and get the screwdriver seated into the calibration screw, and then you look through the viewfinder at the same time, and then it just adjusts it while you're looking through, so then you don't have to keep going back and forth. So you want to hope that you don't have to adjust the vertical because it's a lot more annoying. Sometimes when you adjust your horizontal, the vertical goes out, which just happens. Alright, just a little bit off on the horizontal now. The tricky thing about doing it like this is that you need to keep your hand out of the way of the viewfinder and the rangefinder patch. Even if I'm going to like another Russian branded lens, I will still recalibrate it.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. It is tricky. Yeah, it's looking good.
Sweet, dude.
We'll find out in a few weeks.
My mins on this, 1 meter supposedly. We'll see. See what it says. So I've got, yep, looks like, so either the mins on this lens is a lot less than 1 meter, which is actually more common than you'd think on old Russian vintage lenses, or it's miscalibrated.
Yeah.
0.9 mins.
And we'll get.
Yeah, that one is, yeah, that's bang on.
Cool.
Yep. So that's obviously a more accurate minimum focus distance on that.
Yeah.
I think that it's probably more like 0.9 on the Russian one as well.
Yeah. I know we weren't able to get the perfect kind of macro shots to really get across, but I hope that we were able to give you enough information so that you can kind of be able to do it yourself. There's also a lot of online articles that you can check out as well. Let's thank Sky for showing us what to do. And we're gonna do a future video together shooting our Canon 7s, so keep an eye out for that when we get around to it. But yeah, I hope it was informative, because the reason I decided to do this video was because I tried looking up videos for myself, and there was like one 30-second one, but the person's suggested videos came up before the end, and so you couldn't even see like what he was doing. So yeah, this was just to get you the basic information across, so I hope it was helpful in some way. Once you know how to do it, and once you have the right tools, it actually was pretty simple.
Yeah, it's really
And
basic thing. Nothing that you should need to take your camera to a technician to get done.
Yeah.
And something that you should check like frequently, that it's all good.
But yeah, huge thanks to Guy, because he kind of pointed it out to me for my previous video, which was me just testing out the Canon 7 for the first time. And yeah, it was really handy, and hopefully the shots on the next one turn out pretty well. So.
No worries, man. My pleasure.
Thanks, man. Thanks for watching, guys, and just get out there, shoot some film.